welcome to OrnaBakes. Today I'm sharing my top 10 tips for baking the best Bulkas. Whether you're baking the traditional originals or the twirly cinnamon roll types or my brand new Bulka Twists or my brand new apple Bulkas, whatever shape you're making, this video is going to help you to make the best Bulkas. Make sure to watch out tip number 5, which is actually the most important tip, plus there's a bonus pro tip in there somewhere. I use the exact same dough in all my Bulka recipes, but I have simplified and perfected it so it is easier than ever. You'll find the links to all my Bulka recipes down below and all my recipes on OrnaBakes.com. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. Here are my top 10 tips. Use unbleached bread flour, which is higher in protein and will give your dough more body and better rise. If you start with the wet ingredients, the dry ingredients will incorporate more easily. I used to heat buttermilk, sugar and salt together, but it's easier to control the temperature if you just melt and cool the butter and microwave the milk to lukewarm, plus one less pot to wash. Mix up those ingredients and let your dough rest for 15 minutes. That way the flour can absorb all the liquid and you will need to add less flour overall, plus your dough will be much easier to knead. Don't over knead your dough, peeps. You only need about 8 minutes in your mixer. Finish it off by hand so you can feel what's going on with that beautiful dough. Use a bench scraper to help you if it's sticking to the counter and try to add as little flour as possible. If you can stretch a piece of dough between your fingers without it tearing where you can kind of see the light through it, you've developed enough gluten. But remember, this is an enriched dough. It is not a bread dough. It should be soft and silky and supple. The most important thing you should get from this video is refrigerate your dough for at least 4 hours or preferably overnight. That'll help your dough come together, give it more flavor, and make it much easier to roll out. If you shape your dough into a rough rectangle before rolling it, it will be easier to roll into that shape. Give those corners a little tug if they're disappearing. If your dough is resistant or shrinking, which I especially find with the offcuts, just cover it up and let it rest for 10 minutes. Everybody's oven is different, so if you find those bottoms getting too brown, just stick it on another baking sheet. Simple. If the tops are getting too brown before the middles are cooked, cover loosely with foil, and you could always turn the oven down 25 degrees after about 10 minutes of baking. If your buns open up at all, just brush those pale spots with some melted butter and sprinkle with cinnamon sugar and they'll be brown all over. I hope you learned something new today. If you have any questions at all, just leave them in the comments down below. You can always reach me on OrnaBakes.com. Thank you so much for watching.